Saturday, we have the East Chicago semi-state. We're going to be going over who's going to be competing to go to state, who's going to kind of struggle in there. And then we're going to spotlight our Mishawaka wrestlers. So we got 224 guys competing Saturday, 64 moving on to state. So we're going to see some heartbreaks. We're going to see some crazy stuff. It's going to be exciting. So we're going to start at the 106 weight class and go from there.
All right, so at the 106, we're going to start with our 4th seed, and that is Trevor Triana from Hobart, who has a record of 16-7 this season.
Yeah, he's had a great season this year at 16-7. You said he's got that win over Giant Cortez, who's is 5th in this semi-state. He's seeded 5th, and Cortez had a good year too. But I'm excited because Cortez has that win over Jeff Bailey, who's seeded 2nd, but Triana has that win over Cortez. So we're going to see a lot of good wrestling. Everybody's going to be competing to go to state in that. So
I think close matches.
Yeah, a lot of close matches. I think that 4th seed is going to come down to Johnny Cortez of Lake Central and Trevor Triana of Hobart.
For sure. And then at the 3 seed, we have Logan Stuckman of Wawasee, who has a record of 36-2 coming in this season.
36-2, as we know. We saw Stuckman put on a show at the Penn Regional. He's had a great season. He's wrestled very well.
Yeah.
He's got that win over Hayden Bailey, who's ranked 8th in the state right here. That's sitting at the top here. That's a big one.
Yeah.
And then he's got that tough loss to Rubel, who Rubel's Rubel. We know how he is. He's second ranked in the state right now. That's big. But he also has that he has a loss right here to Brady again. So they're 1-1 with each other. He's going to be just him having that win though. You know, that might go
Boost
in like
confidence.
Yeah, like hey, I got to win over a guy who's pretty good in this state.
For sure.
I've wrestled these guys, so let's go see what happens.
Yeah. And then at 2, we have Jeffrey Bailey of River Forest, and Jeffrey has a record of 35-1 coming into this weekend.
Yeah, for sure. We see Jeff Bailey from River Forest. He's got the win over Triana. So I think with that win over Triana, it was a big win, 18-4 win over Triana. So I think he's got a lock in the semi-state with that win.
For sure.
And he
may not win it all, but he's definitely has a good chance to go state.
I think he has a good shot because he would have had to wrestle. He beat I wouldn't know who he wrestled in regional, but we know he has wrestled Triana, who has had a good season.
4 seed.
But he beat him pretty big, so I think he's an automatic.
Yeah, he should have a lot of confidence coming into Saturday.
Absolutely.
Yeah, there we go. And then at number 1 seed, we have Sam Going of Crownport with a 30-1 record. He's had an amazing season.
Yeah. So Sam Going's only loss is to Logan Bailey, and he only lost 2-0. Bailey, I believe. Yep. Yeah. Bailey's ranked 1. Going's ranked 2. And it's by 2 points right there. So I believe no matter who Going wrestles, he's going to get a W in this semi-state, and he's going to be going to state as a 1 seed. He's placed in top 4. He's going to be in the semifinals of the state championship tournament, and he's going to put on a show.
If both guys are going to be able to get it done, Sam Going and Jeffrey Bailey, that should be an exciting semi-state finals match. So for sure.
Absolutely.
All right, and that does it for our 106 weight class. So now we're on to our 113-pound weight class, and this is an exciting bracket right here. Should have a lot of good matches and everything.
Absolutely.
At the 4th seed, we have Nam Doan from Lake Central with a record of 19-6 on the season.
See, I think Doan and Doug Waters from Chesterton are going to be battling right there for that last spot. Like, I don't know who's going to make it, but it's going to be one of those 2 guys there.
For sure.
I don't know which one, but it's going to be one of those 2. We've seen Waters. He got pinned by Frazier, but then Doan, we've seen him get teched by Frazier also. So I think those 2 are going to be battling to see which one gets into that 4th spot.
All fighting for that ticket round victory.
Yep.
All right, and then at the 3 seed, we have Ryan Purvis, who we've seen a lot of over at Penn High School, with a record of 33-6 on the season.
Yeah, absolutely. Purvis has had a great season. That sophomore season, he's come out. He's wanting to win here. So he's been wrestling hard. He's been putting on shows we've seen him at the conference. We've seen him at the sectional and the regional. He's been outstanding.
Match.
Yeah. He has a tough loss to the number 2 seeded Shamert. That's a tough loss. It was 5-6 though. He's right there.
Close.
They're right there 1-1. So if we see them wrestle, if we see what's going to happen there, those guys might be battling for a championship match. So that's going to be a great one.
And although they both have a good shot to make it to state together, they're fighting for that seeding so they can get the better matchup for them when they get to state.
Yeah, I think Purvis he's going to go to state. I think the way I've seen him wrestle this far for the last 3 weeks, how we've seen him, and then with that dual meet that we saw, he's had a great year. I think at this weight class he's going to make it. And then at the number 2 spot, who do we have?
We have Trevor Shermer of Hobart, and he has a record of 34-3 this season.
Yeah, so Shammer, one of his big losses is to Alex Cotty. Alex Cotty's ranked number 1 in the state at 113 along with him, and he got pinned in 35 seconds. I don't know how I'm feeling about that, but I know that he's beaten Maldonado. That's a big win. He pinned him. Pinned him in a minute 30. That's a ranked win. And then we have the win over Purvis. Yeah. That 6'5" Purvis win. They're right there neck and neck. I think those two are going to wrestle at some point. It's going to be a battle. For sure.
And then at the 1 seed, we have Logan Frazier of Crown Point, 31-2 on the season, having himself a magnificent season.
Yeah, absolutely. So we've seen him. He majored Purvis. He majored Shammer. He's majored everybody at this weight. It seems like major, Tector, pinned. All of his wins here on Indiana Matter just are big wins. He hasn't had. It doesn't seem he lost to Cotty 5-2, and we've seen Cotty. He's fantastic. Yeah. He's a different breed of these guys. So
it seems as if Frazier should have a cakewalk through the semi-state.
Yeah, I feel like he is going to have a great semi-state, and it's going to be a good semi-state for him. He's going to be successful.
So yeah, and then we're going to showcase one of our Mishawaka wrestlers right here. We have Chris Peacock, who is currently unranked in the semi-state as a freshman, and he has this record of 19-12 coming into this semifinals.
Yeah, Chris Peacock starting the season off at 106, bumped up to 13, and he's been doing pretty well there. I'm impressed with where he's come this season, how he's come over adversities, and he's stepped up and he's wrestled well. We saw him in the regional. He
third place finish.
Yeah, he's third place finish, and he was down pretty big in that third place match and came back and got a pin. So if he just keeps rolling off that, and we could see something crazy, you know.
Yeah, you never know. He could slip in there and make the state.
You never know.
He's gonna have a tough road ahead of him.
It is gonna be tough, but anything's possible.
Yep. So that finishes up our 113-pound weight class. All right, so now we're rolling into our 120-pound weight class, and another good one for sure.
Absolutely.
At the 4 seed, we have Ty Haskins of Portage, who is coming in with a record of 26-6, so pretty solid season as a senior.
Yeah, so Haskins qualified last year at 120, so he knows what it's going to take to get to state again. He's been there. He's seeded 4th, but he's right there with the rest of these guys. So Bedich is seeded 1st. He's the top guy in this tournament. So, but he had a 11-2 match with Bedich, but Bedich, we know he's great.
Yeah.
So, but he's got some wins. He's got a win over. It looks like. Yeah, he's got a win over Cortez, which is a big win.
Yeah.
So
sure.
He tech falled him. So that's huge. That tech fall's big, but he's qualified already. He knows what it's going to take, and I think he's going to be there again.
Yeah. Wrestled really well at the regionals, giving him some confidence coming into the semi-state.
Absolutely.
For sure. And then at the number 3 seed, we have Malik Hall of Maryville coming in with the 23-3 record as his junior season.
Yeah, as we know, Malik Hall, he finished 6th last year at 106. He had a great season last year, and I think it's just going to roll over to this year as well in the state series. He's got some big wins. He's got that win over Tom that we saw wrestle in our regional, who had some great matches. He's got that 3-2 win. He's got some big wins. He had a 5-1 match with Bedich. That's huge. See, that's just guys wrestling to different levels. You know what I mean? That's good to see. I think he's going to be another guy that makes it.
And not only does he have that experience at semi-state, but he also has it making it deep into the actual state finals. So he should have the experience he needs to make it through.
Absolutely.
And then at the 2 seed, we have Giovanni Diaz of Wheeler with a 35-1 record as a senior. Very impressive. Yeah,
so we see Diaz, in 2018, he got 8th at 106. Yep. So he took the 8th place spot at 106 2 years ago, and last year he was a qualifier at 13. So he's been there twice already. Yeah. And he's not looking to digress at all. He's looking to just grow and grow and grow. So I think with the win over 6th ranked Simone, that was a big win right there. 6th ranked in the semi-state. That's still a good wrestler. Yeah. And then he's got the 3-2 match to Bedich. As we know, Bedich is great. So that match, both these guys are fantastic, and I think we're going to see a battle in the semi-state championship between Bedich and Giovanni Diaz.
Yeah, they could easily replace each other. Diaz could have easily been 1. Bedich could have easily been 2. But He's stuck at 2 right now, and at the number 1 seed, like we mentioned, we have Riley Bedich of Crown Point with a 21-3 record on his season.
Yeah, so as we know that he was in the state finals twice in Michigan before coming over to Indiana, and he got second in 2017, first in 2018, and then he was a qualifier last year. He placed. He got 5th at 120 last year. So we've seen great things out of him.
Yeah.
I seen him when he was at Lakeshore. We got to wrestle him in a dual meet, and it was amazing what he did. He just comes out, and he's been doing it since then. He's just been getting better and better and better, just mopping everybody. He's got big wins over everybody in this semi-state. He's got big wins in the state. I think he's the lock. If not, Diaz is right there behind him.
I think they're both locks to make it a state. It's just going to be a good,
sure. Who's
good
going to be
championship
in the
match.
championship match? Who's winning that one to get the 1 seed?
Yep, for sure. So that's what we have going on at 120.
And we got Brody Fogarty here from Mishawaka. We're going to spotlight him as our Mishawaka Spotlight at 120, and he's had a great season coming out into that state series.
29-6 as his junior campaign.
And he's not slowing down right now. He started off, he was just wrestling, and then he just turned it on.
Yeah.
He turned it all the way on. He's not slowing down at all. He's got coming in. He won the Penn regional, so that's going to be huge for him. I think he's coming in, and he's not slowing down. So I think he's got a chance.
He's a big time competitor, and he can easily be a surpriser throughout this semi-state tournament.
Absolutely.
And that finishes off for 120. And now here we head into the 126 weight class. Exciting weight class, especially for us Mishawaka guys, as we have a high-ranked wrestler at 126, and he is actually our 4 seed, so we'll start off with him. That is Brendan Mark, and he has a 33-7 record in his senior year.
Yeah, so Brendan Mark, he has those 7 losses on there, but those 7 losses aren't a great guys. He's got a loss to Allstott, a close match with Torres, and then Rio, he's a different breed. So these guys are great, and Brendan Mark's right there in all those matches. So I think that if he just keeps wrestling how he is, he's a lock here.
Yeah.
And he qualified at 26 last year, and he's right back where he was at 26, and he just wants to do exactly what happened last year and then better. He's here to place. He's not looking here to be another qualifier. He's looking to place, and he's wrestling like he wants to place.
For sure. And then at number 3 seed, we have the guy who was able to defeat Brendan Mark in the regional championship, and that is Jace Alexander of Wabaughsee with a 35-1 record coming in.
Yeah, absolutely. So Alexander, he was a qualifier in 2018 at 106, and then last year he got 6th at 120. And we've just seen him get better and better and better.
For
and
sure.
I think as a junior, he's looking to go even better than last year. He's looking to put that 6th place behind him, move on to better things, and he's got big wins. We saw that great match with Brendan. It was a good match. They were both fighting, and it was just they're both 1-1 trying to get at each other. They're trying to go at it. And
for sure.
I think we're just going to see the same thing happen.
Yeah, we could easily see that matchup happen again, and it should be a fun one. At number 2, we have Aiden Torres of Chesterton with a 38-4 record.
So Aiden Torres from Chesterton, he's the freshman. He's great. Yeah. In this semi-state, he's highly seeded, highly ranked. He's had a great year. He's got that 5-1 win over Brendan Mark, which is huge.
Yeah.
We've seen Brendan wrestle great. He's got the pin over Jace Alexander, and we've seen Jace Alexander. He's fantastic.
He's torn up people, so that pin's impressive.
I think Aiden Torres is a lock. Yeah. I think he's had a fantastic season, and it's only up from here. Yeah. So he's a lock.
For sure. We could easily see him as a 4-time state qualifier. And then at number 1, we have Stephen Robinson from Crown Point with a 31-2 record coming in.
Yeah, absolutely. He 31-2. That's what? Can you complain about that?
Yeah,
absolutely
that's
not.
Impressive.
And last year he was 7th at 106. He took 7th, and he's got all wins right here, and his key wins and losses in his Indiana mat, and they're all just W's. He's majoring people. He's pinning people. All of his matches by decision are just right there, close to being majors.
He knows how to win.
He does. He's getting it done, and I think he's going to continue to get it done at the semi-state, and no one's stopping him. Just what he's done is impressive, and let's see. He is, where is he at in the rankings?
I think we could easily see 1 through 4 move on to state as predicted.
Yeah, absolutely. And then we got our Roberson from our East Chicago semi-state. He's ranked 4th in the state, so he's looking to do some crazy stuff here.
Not only making it through semi-state, but also having a big weekend down at state.
Absolutely.
And that finishes off for our 126 weight class. All right, so now we move into our 132-pound weight class at the East Chicago semi-state. And at our 4th seed, we have Isaiah Ponce from Lake Central with a 28-10 record.
Yeah, as we've seen Ponce, he's had a good season as a junior. He's had a good season. He's got some losses that could hurt him. So he's got that loss to Conrad, a couple losses. There's 3 here listed to Conrad that are pretty demanding losses, and then he's got the loss to Sparrow, who is in the same side of the bracket as him. So
he's going to have to wrestle well. I mean, those 10 losses kind of scare me a little bit to say confidently that he'll be able to move on to the next round.
But I think that if it's not him in that 4th spot, Todd Hardy over here from Washington High School, South Bend, Washington, he's right there. We've seen him wrestle Sparrow multiple times here, and they're close matches. Yeah. Every match is very close to that last buzzer, and if it's not Ponce, it's definitely going to be Todd Hardy. I think Todd Hardy's had a great season.
But according to them, they got Ponce at the 4th seed, and he's looking to move on. So then we'll move to 3 with Bradley Conrad of Portage with a 30-6 record on the season.
Yeah, and as we see, his Indiana Met ranking, he's right there, and he looks like he's pretty much a lock here coming, and he's got a lot of wins, a lot of big wins. He's got that 7-6 win over Slates, which is big, and we've seen Slates. He had that injury, but he's a great wrestler, and that win over him, it's a next step. Yeah. That's a big win right there. I think he'll move
confidence. On. Yeah, for sure. And then at number 2, we have Vince Sparrow, who we've seen a lot of over at Penn, with a 31-6 record in his senior year.
Yeah, Sparrow, he was a qualifier last year at 120, and he's just torn it up this year. I don't think I've seen him lost.
He's an animal.
This year at all, and I've seen him wrestle multiple times. So he's just no match. Pretty much the only close match I've seen myself is from Todd Hardy.
Yeah.
So, and other than that, it's just mop him up and get him out of here, So I think we're going to see some great stuff from him in this semi-state. I believe he's going to be in the semi-state finals.
For sure. And then at our number 1 seed, we have Jesse Mendez. There's not much to say. Outstanding wrestler from Crown Point with a 32-1 record on the year.
Yeah, I think his name holds its own. That's all you need to know pretty much. But Mendez, he's wrestled all top 4 guys behind him in the semi-state, and pinned every single one of them.
Yeah.
So we're going to see. We saw him take out. He got first last year, as we've seen, and we got to see him wrestle Hunter Watts from Jimtown, who was a state champ himself. We got to see him wrestle in the state championship against each other, and it was what he did was just. It was insane how he did that as a freshman, and now coming into the sophomore, just looking to do the same thing. I think he's going to be a 4-timer.
Yeah, I would find it hard to believe that Mendez did not make it through to state, and I would have a hard time even believing that he wouldn't be down in the state finals.
Yeah, absolutely.
Championship match. So that finishes up for the. Actually, no, we're going to take a look at Jordan Bonk, who is our Mishawaka wrestler. We want to highlight him. Bonk has a 16-15 record on the year, his junior season. So. What do you see from Bonk?
We got Bonk. He's had a good season. He's winning his matches he should win.
Yeah.
And he's having close matches and matches he should have close matches with. And he's wrestling the way he should wrestle. And I think if he just keeps wrestling the way he does, he's got a great draw.
Yeah.
His draw is picture perfect from where he needs to be. I think he's in a perfect spot to shock some people and maybe move on. I think he's got a shot. If you told me with this draw that he moves on, I'm not going to be shocked. He's got a great draw, a great shot. And I think he's gonna impress some people. He really is.
Hopefully, Jordan can do some good things this weekend. And then that'll finish it up for the 132 weight class, and we'll move on to 138. All right, so now here we're at 138, and this is a very exciting weight class. We could have a lot of outcomes here. And at the 4th seed, we have Ethan Kaiser of Chesterton, who has an impressive 30-5 record.
Yeah, we see Kaiser coming in with that win over the 5th seed in Anthony Rivera, and he took that. That win was demanding. He got that 12-0 win over Rivera. I think even though he's the 4th seed, he's a no question lock.
Yeah.
He's a lock. He's going to state.
He's had a very impressive season.
Absolutely.
I'd find it hard to believe he wouldn't be there. And then at 3 seed, we have Droshan Lewis from South Bend Riley, who has a 35-7 record in his senior campaign.
Yeah, so Droshan Lewis from South Bend Riley, we've seen him wrestle along with all the other guys from this area. We've seen him wrestle in our conference, our sectional, our regional, and now we're just going to see him put on another show at semi-state, I think. I think that he's going to shock some people, and he's going to beat some people that he's probably not supposed to be, but he is.
Yeah.
He's a different level. I've seen him take guys down, cut them, guys down, cut them for whole matches and just keep doing it. He's a powerful wrestler, and you just never know what you're getting next. He's got that his shape that he wrestles with it's incredible how he locks up cradles on guys that are probably a foot or two taller than him, it seems like, and he's going to be a great wrestler. And I think he might shock people and end up in the finals.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a shocker to see him in a championship match. So at number 2 seed, we have Tyson Neasley from LaPorte with a 40-4 record in his senior year also.
Yeah, as we see, he's got that big decision over Norton, and he's got that 15-5 win over Norton. He's got he's got the same win over Rivera pretty much as Kaiser does. So I think he's also a lock. We see a lot of wins here on the Indiana map page. So that's pretty much from what I'm seeing. He had a good match with Kuntz. It seems like it says he got pinned in 5 minutes, but it's Kuntz. We know Kuntz, and he's incredible. So I think he's got a chance. I think Lewis is gonna step up and be in the championship, but he's still gonna go. I think Lewis is gonna step up though and shock some people.
Yeah. All right, and then at the number 1 seed we have Eli Hickman of Rensselaer Central, 39-1 record. The kid just flat out knows how to win.
Yeah, absolutely. As you said it, he knows how to win. He's getting it done. He was a qualifier at 106 in 2017 and a qualifier in 2019 at 132, and he's got it done.
Yeah.
He knows how to do it. I think he's gonna get it done, and I think some people are gonna be shocked, and they're gonna see Hickman and Lewis in the finals.
Yeah, and he's looking for that placement in the finals as his senior year.
Yep.
And I think he's gonna
Absolutely
continue
looking to place at state. He's qualified twice, hasn't made out of Friday, but he's looking to get it done this year for sure.
For sure. All right, so now we're here about halfway through. We had our 145-pound weight class, and we're gonna start off with the 4th seed as always, who is Jacob Maldonado from Maryville with a 6-0 record.
Yeah, so we haven't seen much of Maldonado, just kind of coming in, but we know he was a qualifier last year at 45. But I think with how much he's not wrestled this year, that's going to hurt.
Yeah.
And we got Simeon Norton from South Bend Riley in that 5th seed, and I think he is wrestling great right now.
Very great wrestler.
I know he's kind of the local guy that we're rooting for, but I don't think it's like that with him. He's gonna come out, he's gonna show you what he's got, and he's gonna put you to work. So I think they're not gonna meet each other up, but I think that I don't know if Maldonado's gonna qualify. I think that he definitely has a good shot, but with how much he hasn't wrestled, he's not a lock yet. You know what I mean? He's not a lock.
We'll see. 6 matches are just kind of scary.
Yeah.
So at number 3, we have Orlando Cruz from Crown Point with a 28-5 record in his freshman year.
Yeah, as we know, Orlando Cruz is a different breed of wrestler. Having that record at this weight, at his age, it's pretty incredible. He's got some big wins. He's got the loss to Ellis though. We know Ellis is the 1 seed. He's great. Yeah. So he's going to be the 1 seed in this tournament, and we've seen a lot of him. But he's got a 12-3 loss, and that's pretty much the one that's sticking out to me as the big win or lose. But I think he's a lock. He's going to qualify.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw him there 4 straight years at the Bankers Life Fieldhouse. So at the 2 seed, we have AJ Poindexter of Harrison, West Lafayette with a 38-0 record.
Yeah, 38-0. That says it for itself. You know what I mean? That's going to be a battle. I think we're going to see him being a qualifier last year, and I think that's going to help him. You know, that confidence of saying, "Hey, I've been there. I need to do it again." That's going to take him to that next level. He's got 2 big wins here that we see on track wrestling. I mean, Indiana mat wrestling. Yeah. But I think between him being undefeated and having to wrestle Brock Ellis, I think there's a shot he stays undefeated. I don't know. We know Brock Ellis is a tank, so we're gonna see. I think that's who we're gonna see in the finals.
I mean, it's gonna come down, and AJ or Ellis they're gonna get their first loss. I mean, they're both undefeated wrestlers, so we're gonna see somebody lose for the first time this season.
Absolutely.
And as we just mentioned, number 1 is Brock Ellis of Chesterton with his 42-0 record.
Yeah, we just know he's a different breed of wrestler, and now he's got. If I'm not mistaken, let's see. As we see, he's the number 2 guy in the state.
Yeah.
We got Poindexter at 3, and these guys are going to be battling out. I think we're going to see those 2 in the finals, battling out to see, hey, who's going to be in that state finals match versus Viduya on next weekend. So I think that's what we're going to be looking for in that match. And we just know Ellis has these dominant wins, and I think these 2 are going to be in the finals.
It's going to be an interesting match because both of these guys, they just don't lose. They have a will to win. So. We'll see how that plays out. And then our our Mishawaka Spotlight wrestler, we have Keegan Maybe, a sophomore from Mishawaka with a 20-17 record on the year.
Yeah, I think Keegan maybe's got a shot to compete. He's got Ellis, though, in that blood round, and that's going to be tough.
Yeah.
Ellis is just that, he's that guy at this weight class in this tournament.
Yeah.
But Keegan, he's shocked a lot of people with how he's wrestled this year, coming as a sophomore, getting into positions that nobody wants to get in with guys, and then finding ways to get out of them and win the match. So I think Keegan, I think he's gonna have a good tournament, but he's gonna have a tough time in that match with Ellis.
For sure, but we're hoping Keegan can move on and do great things for Mishawaka. And that finishes off our 145-pound weight class. All right, so now we're moving into the 152-pound weight class. Should be an exciting one. At the 4th seed, we have Isaac Hedgewood of Portage with a 24-10 record, and in his senior year.
Yeah, don't let that 10 losses get to you, though. This guy is a great wrestler. He's got a win over myself, and that match was fantastic. He beat me 5-2, but it was a battle. Yeah. This guy knows how to get it done. We seen him at Calumet wrestle Tyler Fuqua, and that was a great match. Both guys were going at it, and then Fuqua ended up getting a fall with a late headlock. So that match was fantastic. So I think Hedgewood is going to move on just because I've seen him wrestle. I know what he does. I've wrestled him before. I think he has got what it takes.
For sure. And then at 3, we're going to be at Tyler Turley of Hobart with a 31-6 record in his junior year.
Yeah, so Tyler Turley, the one that's standing out to me in this one is he's got a couple losses. He's 2-2 with Sean Hollis. Yeah. Sean Hollis is our number 2 guy, and he's 2-2 with him. But Hollis has a fall over him and then a 3-point win. And then we see Turley did major Hollis, but I don't know how this one's gonna go.
Yeah.
Well, we won't see them. I don't think we'll see them wrestle each other, but that's the one that's standing out to me. So I think if I've wrestled Hollis myself, I've wrestled Hedgewood myself. If those two meet up, that's gonna be a battle though. For it to go to the finals, that's gonna be a battle. But if Turley wrestles Jordan Douglas to go to the semi-state finals, I think Douglas is going to take care of business. Yeah. I think Turley will be going to state, though.
For sure. All right, and then at number 2, as Drew mentioned, we have Sean Hollis of Lowell with a 31-3 record.
Yeah, he's had a year. Mm-hmm. We've seen this guy. He's incredible. He's had a great season. He's got a pin over Turley, but he did get majored by Turley. Yeah. That's what's kind of shaking me up. Yeah. That major. That's his only big loss that we're seeing here. But I think he definitely is going to go to state, and it's just what he does against Hedgewood to get into the semi-state finals.
And him and Hedgewood are both going to be probably meeting up in that semifinal match, and both seniors, both going to be very determined to get that win.
Absolutely,
so it should be a fun
huge
one. All right, and then at number 1 we have Jordan Douglas of Attica.
Attica. Yep, he's out here from Attica, and he's been a qualifier at 45 the last 2 years. And I think he's going to be a qualifier again, and he's going to place. Let's see what he's ranked in the state at this point. He is coming in at 9th. He's ranked 9th in the state. So I think if he can sneak in and place at state. If he wins this tournament, that's going to set him up perfectly to go and place at state. And I think he's got what it takes.
152 definitely being one of the tougher weight classes in the whole state. So we'll see if we can get a guy from our semi-state to sneak in there and place, if not a couple.
Absolutely.
So lastly but not least, we have Cameron Powell, our Mishawaka wrestler, with a 21-16 record in his sophomore year here.
Yeah, so Powell, he's had a good season too. We've seen him have a great match with 7th-seeded Josiah Marsh, and that match, that was great to see what we saw, and it was fun. That was a battle we saw at I believe it was the conference finals that it was, and it was like a 1-point match, and Cameron Powell shocked everybody, just wrestling fantastic, and then Marsh got a late takedown to get the W. But I think with Powell having Sean Hollis in that first match, that's going to be a tough one to get through. But you never know what could happen, but I just think Sean Hollis takes this one.
Personally, knowing Cameron, I know he likes to go for the big moves occasionally, so maybe
the showstopper.
Maybe he'll catch somebody in a headlock or something and
you never know.
Make something happen. So
you never know.
That finishes off for our 152-pound weight class.